On this job we've got 2 water supplies to check. This one up here feeds 2 properties and this other one feeds a single property which is at the back. None of them are metered and we're not sure which one's leaking, so let's get it. So first of all we'll check the supply which feeds these first 2 houses coming up here. Apparently their pipework's been renewed in the past few years, so it's all blue poly. So I highly doubt it's going to be that, unless it's a faulty fitting. So both pipework are believed to run down this gravel drive. And then the first one splits off to these 2 houses here. These are the ones that have been renewed. And there's a stopcock just down here as well. So we can isolate that without going in the house. We need to check up here as well. So these 2 are fed in the same line. So I think we'll start pressure testing this one first. My boots on. There we go. So if we go into the first property, if you look under here, you can see the water meters under here. There's a stopcock. So we'll just drain the system at the moment so we can get our test rig onto it. And we can confirm there's no leak on this shared supply. So we got that all back together. Oh, better slide that back in. There we go. So now we've got to go check this other supply, which feeds the last house. So we better turn that off, then we can start testing. Right, so now this supply runs up this driveway up here. The property's just at the back. Lovely setting, by the way. This pipework's believed to be steel and a mixture of copper and blue poly. So I wonder where it's going to be leaking. Just down here. Didn't take as long. So better move the soil. Oh, not that way, this way. And as you can see, it's very wet down here. I don't see a leak. So let's start the test. There we go. Got some bubbling going on. Just like last night's curry. So we better expose even more. And there we go, it's a T-joint. Why is there a T-joint? It's only supplying one property. So we cut it out. Now we need to work out which way the house is fed from. And as you can see there, the copper is heading towards the property. So we know we've got to connect onto that. And then the steel main under my foot is where the supply is coming from. So we don't know where that dead leg's going. Could be an old supply to one of these other properties that's been capped off. So just going to put an elbow in. There we go. Right then, let's go see the extent of the leak. As you can see here, the steel is actually okay. We undo this compression nut. You can see that there's a small hole. Well, it's not that small to be fair, it's quite big. But there's a lot of water coming out of there. On the copper and the brass connection. Right, so now we can confirm there's no more leaks. We need to flush this pipework out. Because it's steel, you can guarantee there's going to be a lot of debris in the pipe. As you can see there. Don't want to be drinking that, do we? We better flush this out for a few minutes. Try and get as much debris out as we can. This is the worst thing about steel. Once you start testing, there's so much debris left in the pipe. This is why you have to flush the pipe. We end up blocking everything in the house. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. So according to the customer from this property, this is the second leak they've had in about 5 years. Now they're thinking about maybe replacing the pipework. As it's steel and copper, it'd be a lot better just replacing it with one long length of blue poly. Well, so we've got good flow throughout the house now. Well, as good as it was. Just take a look at all this debris that come out. Brother. Lovely. Loads of it. Probably going to be more over the coming days as well. Just building up inside the pipe. Right, so flush that out. There we go. That's the outside tap. Just got to jump through here now. Check the kitchen sink. Apparently this pressure is slightly better than before. So it's not very good. I'll definitely think about replacing that pipe. Right, so now we know there's no more leaks. We get all this back. There we go. It's a bit boggy. The ground's got to settle. Ground's very wet at the moment. But that's another happy customer. Job's a good one. If you have a leak, let's get it.